Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's MegaIphoneReviews here, and today I have a different type of video to what I normally do. PureMobile.com was nice enough to send me out a Blackberry Torch to use for a while. I've been using this for 2 weeks. Previous to that, I was using a Blackberry Curve for 3 weeks, so some of my Twitter followers, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/ZachsIphone, might have noticed I've been using Twitter from Uber Twitter, or whatever the Twitter client is called for the Blackberry. The reason I've been doing this is because I really wanted to get a good comparison on Blackberries and iPhones. A lot of people where I live actually have a Blackberry. I don't know if that's the case as much in the United States as it is here in Canada, but a lot of people have Blackberries. Blackberries are the primary phone, followed by the iPhone, and most of my friends even have Blackberries, so I thought this would be a good video to compare. So let's get started on the comparison. I'd just like to point out that I won't be comparing the Torch and the iPhone 4. Rather, I'll be comparing Blackberries and iPhones, just to set that out really quick from the beginning. So let's start it. So one thing you might notice immediately is that Blackberry is flashing right over here, and that indicates that I have a notification. Something that the iPhone could really learn from Blackberry is to have that. You always know when you have a notification if your Blackberry's out because you see that little flash, and it does stop eventually. Don't worry, it doesn't go on forever. So that's one thing that I really like that Blackberry has. Also, I find it a much easier phone to grip, a much more ergonomic design, and just simpler to hold in the hand, less likely to fall. And I've also found the Blackberry to be much more durable to falls, and that's one nice thing about it. The iPhone 4, of course, is made of glass, or the iPhone in general is made of glass, so it's really delicate, and you don't want to drop it nearly as much as you can feel safe dropping a Blackberry. Keyboard, of course, Blackberry dominates in that section. The keyboard is a full keyboard and so simple to use. Anyone can use it. So nice, so simple. This is similar to that of the Blackberry Bold, but they're all pretty similar, and you can type with ease. It takes no real familiarity, and I can type much faster on the Blackberry Torch. As well, the vibrate on the Torch, or all Blackberries, is much, much louder, and you can control how often it vibrates. So if I get a text message, I can get 4 vibrates. A phone call would be 10 vibrates, and you can control how heavy it is, so you can get a very loud vibrate, which is really nice about the Blackberry. As well, there's notifications. For instance, here I have an email, so I have a notification right here that I have an email, and I can just click it and access it. That's another really nice thing I like about it, and the iPhone could learn from that as well. The other main thing that Blackberry has that iPhone is missing, which probably everyone knows who has a Blackberry, had a Blackberry, has a friend with a Blackberry Messenger. I don't know what makes it so good. It is great. I have been using it for about a month. It's going to be hard to leave when I switch back to my iPhone. That's probably going to be the hardest thing to leave. But it's basically instant messaging, text messaging, and instead of adding people's phone numbers, you add their pins. So you add their pins, you can instant message with people, and it's a really nice feature that I love. You know when they read or delivered it, and you can send pictures, and it's free over the internet. It does have a monthly fee, of course, though, which is a really, really nice feature that the Blackberry has. Other than that, I find the iPhone to dominate Blackberries. The camera I find to be better quality, although the Blackberry, up until the iPhone 4, the Blackberry had a flash which the iPhone didn't, and it was a really good flash. That was a really nice thing that I guess iPhone kind of took from Blackberry. As well, the iPhone has a front-facing camera and a really strong back camera, which the Blackberry does have a decent back camera, but it has no front-facing camera. The Blackberry OS is much more user-friendly, in my opinion, but once again, it's so basic to the point where you don't have a lot of features. So here you can see I have some settings, setup, sound profiles, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And on the iPhone, you can have a lot more custom apps. They do have an app world on the Blackberry. It's called Blackberry App World. But of course, the iPhone app world just destroys any app world in the world, I guess. There's nothing that compares to the iTunes App Store. Other than that, there's not much I can really say that the Blackberry has to advantage over the iPhone. I find the iPhone to dominate in everything in terms of browsing, customization, even the way it looks, how many things you can really do with it, the email client, and everything. I find the iPhone to do a lot better than the Blackberry. Not to say that the Blackberry does it poorly, but the iPhone does it a lot better in my opinion. But the main thing this video is for is who would use what. So the BlackBerry, I wouldn't really suggest to anyone to use a BlackBerry unless A, they hate touchscreen keyboards or touchscreens in general, or if they have a lot of friends with a BlackBerry and they would like to communicate using BlackBerry Messenger with them. Other than that, I can't really recommend anyone to use a BlackBerry. Security, maybe that's another reason why you want to use it for business use, something like that. But other than that, I don't see why someone would use a BlackBerry over an iPhone. So let's get to the iPhone. Most of my users, my watchers actually know a lot about the iPhone and probably not too much about the BlackBerry. There's no way of getting the actual BBM on your iPhone, but you can use similar apps like WhatsApp and Ping, which do a similar functionality to the BlackBerry Messenger, which isn't nearly as good, but it's close. And in my opinion, text messaging is almost the same as BlackBerry Messenger, except you don't know when someone's read it or when it's been delivered. The iPhone 4 I direct to anyone who really is fine with touchscreens. Maybe they like touchscreens much more. They love games, multimedia, listening to music, browsing, and really anything that isn't BlackBerry Messenger or communicating via typing on a keyboard instead of a touchscreen keyboard. So that's all I really have for thoughts. I hope at one point iPhone can have something similar to BlackBerry Messenger made by Apple, or even get BlackBerry Messenger like what Nokia has. But that's really all I can say. BlackBerry does have a few advantages over the iPhone, but really I see the iPhone being a much more dominant phone other than what I said. It doesn't do better. But leave your feedback. Let me know what you guys think. If you've ever switched from a BlackBerry, switched to a BlackBerry, used a BlackBerry, whatever you guys want to know. Have any questions, feel free to ask. So this is Mega iPhone Reviews. Be sure to subscribe, check out my other videos, and peace.